I'm Mr. Grindler, and here are my creatures. And welcome back to another episode of Mr. Grindlers Creatures. But on today's episode, we have a package from So Many Legs, which is just down here. Now, I've not actually had something delivered from So Many Legs, in the post in such a long time. And, due to the circumstances, it's not a great one, if I'm honest. So, for those of you that remember, I think it was the Eastern show in September, which was the Bedford show. I actually picked up an Ephebopus cyanognathus. I think that's the Latin name. I think the common name's the blue fang tarantula. I think it is. I'll normally put it up down below anyway. But yeah, the Ephebopus cyanognathus, and we ended up getting it home, and we rehoused it. We put it into a smaller little tarantula room enclosure, and probably about 2 days later, it was passed away. So the abdomen looked completely fine. The tarantula was just in a death car, which was pretty sad, but sometimes these things happen, whether it's to do with stress. At the end of the day, it's been transferred to the show, and then it's been transferred back here, and that journey can be quite stressful. So yeah, I don't know, bit of a sad one. But Andy from So Many Legs kindly enough gave me another Ephebopus cyanognathus, which was cheaper, so I want to say a massive thank you. Now, I didn't expect it to be cheaper. At the end of the day, I've made a purchase, I've taken it home, a couple of days later has passed, but he's done the generous thing, the kind thing, should I say, and he's sold it to me cheaper as well. So thank you very much, Andy, over at So Many Legs. But I'm jumping straight into it, aren't I? Now, let's have a look at this package. Let's open it up, and then we go into the actual enclosure. So with So Many Legs, I've already opened this bit up, but they package it very well. So box within a box, it's got bubble wrap around it, and this probably helps keep the heat in. I haven't actually had a delivery of a tarantula for a while. You guys might have seen one on the actual channel recently, but yeah, I haven't actually unboxed one in a long time. Chuck that on the floor. So if we have a look inside here, got some packing peanuts. Here we go. This is it. All that excitement for a bit of tissue. So the Ephebopus cyanognathus is in there, and Andy did actually say it was a massive, massive pain to get inside of this. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Let me turn the light on quick. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it here. Ephebopus cyanognathus, female. And I thought, for those of you that actually saw my what did I name the video now? What was it? What was it? Someone Did Me Day. I named the video Someone Did Me Day, and that is when I was sold a tarantula that was, identified as a female, and it has matured out into a male. So we're going to use the Grammostola pulchrips enclosure. Now I've taken the top layer of substrate off. I've mixed it around because, to be honest, that Grammostola pulchrips, wasn't actually in this enclosure for very long. So what I'm going to do, keep the substrate in that's already in. I'm going to put some new substrate in. I'm going to get all this webbing off because there's a bit of web on there. I don't really like the idea of that. And then she's going to go inside this. Now it's probably, I would say it's probably a bit too big, because If it's the same size as the female that I did have, it was only probably, I don't know, the space of that, if I'm honest. So, well, the space of that tube, to be fair. But, you know, it will grow into it. I can sort of maybe slant one side up because they are a fossorial species, but I have seen them do very well in a sort of semi-fossorial / terrestrial setup as well, and that's probably what I'm going to aim for today. If it decides to burrow down in the future as it gets older, I do have, so these tarantula room enclosures up here, I do have some of these small ones, and I've got some of these big ones as well, so I can put it into a small fossorial enclosure, and then as it gets bigger, go into a big one. But yeah, anyway, I'm waffling on now, so let's go down to the table and let's have a look how we set up this tank. Okay, so I've gone a completely different way than what I thought I actually explained, but yeah, I think I said more about making it a bit higher on the back, although it is slightly, so I am slightly going by what I said here, but in the end I thought, you know what, let me just move this actually. In the end I thought, you know what, if I just make it a bit simple, a bit plain, because you know, the size of her and that, fingers crossed, she'll sort of use this area as like a sort of burrow, and then she can burrow down, and hopefully that can be some sort of access waypoint. Just something real basic, just a water dish, these bits of bark. These substrate is a mixed substrate, so you know, normally I put my leaf litter on there and that, but it's already all mixed in, which is absolutely fantastic. So I think this will do. Got a bit of sellotape stuck on me. So I just chuck that on the floor. Yes, I do love my pink tweezers. A lot of people have pointed that out to me recently. So I believe there is a bit of tissue on top, possibly. So if I rest it in here to start with. Gonna want to just take the tissue out. Okay, so I've got the long tweezer just here. Now I do like my one-sided long tweezer because I can sort of get, oh, you are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, now I need the two tweezers. Oh, look at you. Oh, absolutely stunning. So it is about the same size as the last one as well. So I'm gently just touching her from behind, and she seems to be now moving forwards a little bit. If I can now try and take this There we go. So one last little touch, hopefully. There we have it. So I can see her blue fang from here. I'm not sure if you can from the camera because it's quite hard, but she's also a little bit bunched up, so I'm not sure how much you can actually see of her right now. But you know what, I think that size enclosure is actually fine for her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just checking her over quick. So I seem to have really bad luck with Ephebopus cyanognathus. I've had God knows how many slings now, and I don't know what it is. They just seem to die off all the time. And then I've still got one Ephebopus cyanognathus sling, which is doing well. I think it's over here somewhere, but I'll have a look in a minute. So yeah, that one's doing well. It's the only one I've sort of managed to actually keep going. And then, you know, when I found out that at the Bedford Invert show that they had females over at So Many Legs, I was just over the moon because I've really wanted a female. And Francis kind of sold himself out because Francis was like, oh yeah, do you want some slings? You know, you can have them a bit cheaper. And then I was, you know, heavily debating it, and then he goes, oh yeah, So Many Legs has got some females over there. Yeah, unfortunately it passed away, and I thought I was a bit doomed, but yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed this one's going to do alright. So, I do like my Ephebopus. Especially the Ephebopus murinus, E. murinus. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this one over the next couple of days. I'm going to see how it sort of reacts. We'll see how we go from there. So I'm going to say we put the lid on now because I don't want to disturb her too much. I just want her to get a little bit relaxed inside this enclosure, and fingers crossed she will do fine. And then again, fingers crossed I can put a little update on this video showing you that she has made it past a couple days. Thank you very much, Andy. Honestly, thank you very much, because yeah, I've got another female Ephebopus cyanognathus. Granted, it's cost me more than it should, but that's what happens in this hobby. You have females that pass away, and you know, having such a big collection, I wouldn't say I've, you know, just things die all the time. If something normally dies, it's normally an old mature male, or like, you know, the odd slings and stuff like that. But when an actual female passes away in the collection, it is pretty sad, if I'm honest. I don't know what the last female was that I had passed away, if I'm honest. Don't know, I can't think on the spot. But yeah, thank you very much, Andy, and the So Many Legs team. But fingers crossed I can show you a nice little update now. So let's have a look at that, shall we? Okay, so it's been a good long time now, and she is indeed still okay. So the Ephebopus cyanognathus blue fang. And if you guys remember, when I done this enclosure, I put 3 little bits of cork bark just here together. And it has indeed used that as a little starter sort of burrow hide sort of tunnel. If we have a look around this area just here. Well, let me get the light, let me see if I can see it first. So I have checked on it quite a few times, and she has been alright. So yeah, I can see her. You ain't going to be able to see her, unfortunately, because she is just down that little tunnel there. Don't know if maybe we can try and put some food on top of her little burrow entrance, the tunnel that goes down, but it looks like it's sort of curved round. Fortunately, I haven't been able to get any shots because anytime I grab the camera, it runs back into the hive. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's put some food on top and let's see if she'll come out. She probably won't, but it's worth a try. I'm just glad that, you know, I've managed to keep her alive, to be fair. So I need to change that water dish as well, because that is looking a bit grim. So you can see that the soil is still nice and moist as well. The bottom layer, not so much, it's a bit more dry, so I'll probably allow this to dry out a bit more and then allow the water to go down to the bottom of the substrate. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's put some food in, let's see if she'll accept anything. So I've just got the feeling that the minute I put this on air, it's not gonna work. So let me just see if I can see her. See her down there? You know what, I'm just gonna chuck the food in. Because and I can let you know if she got it. And she got it, there you go. Not that you can see, but oh, I can see the blue fangs. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, why can't you come out? There's no way I'm going to be able to show you this. You might be able to see the worm just like twisting around in there, like the tiniest bit ever, but don't know. No, you can't see anything, can you? Doesn't look like she's molted yet, but to be fair, when I rehoused her, she didn't look like she was going to molt, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'm probably going to change her water dish now, then get her back up on the shelf. Fingers crossed, you know, down the line on the channel I can actually show you some photos, some actual videos of her, you know, out and about, roaming about. But yeah, things like this do love being pet holes. But you know what pet holes are like, they're not always pet holes, they do like to come up. So yeah, I'll keep you updated about that, but for now, she's doing great. Once again, I want to say a massive thanks to Andy from So Many Legs and the team. But yeah, I think that wraps up this little update. So let's go back. So now that's over with, we are once again coming to the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching, guys. So if you could like, comment and share, that would be absolutely great. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon so you're notified of when I upload next. Don't forget, guys, I've got Patreon and channel membership now. 5 different tiers, so if you want to help and support the channel, the links are down in the description. But Mr. Grindler's done it, so are my creatures, and so are my Balfours and the Ephebopus cyanognathus female. For now, fingers crossed she stays alright. But yeah, have a great week, guys. You all deserve it. Peace.